Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is going to be the daddy picked Katina up from school and we had to go on the paint table edition. So you're here with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna say hi to everybody?
Hi.
It's been a minute because you used to run into my videos when they were live, didn't you? What, because you didn't want to nap anymore. So you'd sneak out of your room and then like creep into the background of pictures. You did that a lot when you were little, didn't you?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? Well, you absolutely did. So anyway, we're doing on the paint table today. I painted a whole bunch of stuff for Moonstone, some stuff for Song of Ice and Fire, and some stuff for a game I'm writing for Osprey, which will be coming out next year. And you can see some of the indie miniatures I'm painting up for that too. I also just got back from Adepticon, which means I was gone for
Daddy?
how long? How long was I gone for? Remember? 5 days?
5 days.
Did you miss me?
No, 4 days.
4 days? It was 4 days, technically, yes. Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Don't sell it too hard. I picked up some new stuff there, so I got some stuff for Relic Blade. Got the new Vogelland's campaign book I'm really excited about. And also grabbed the 2-player starter set, the Seed Bank edition for Wreck Age too. And some of this super cool 28mm cars. So we're gonna take a look at that stuff as well. You'll see more of that on the paint table coming up soon.
Dad,
What's up?
what is that?
That's my microphone.
Why is it on your shirt?
So that I don't have to hold it. All right, let's take a look at what I got done and what is coming up. All right, so here's got painted this week. First up, right before I left, I finished up all this Moonstone stuff. All the goblins, they're super cool. We got Doug the Flatulent, Beaky Bobby over there, Grub the Vicious Majay, Boom McBoom, C6 Stew. That puts me at 6 models for a full crew now for the goblins. I also painted Fritz. He's a super cool human. He's actually Agatha Tavenfrau's bow, and so she'll get painted up actually relatively soon as well. Then I also painted up these Whisper Mechs. So these are available from Impact Miniatures. They're all in hard resin and they're nice. They're designed to be 1/144th, so like the crew is actually supposed to be sitting in the back of this thing, but they also are kind of a cool anthem-y like power armor. So that's what I'm using them as. 28mm power armor suits, light frames for the game I'm working on called Gamma Wolves, which is out in March of next year. So I painted 3 of them. These guys are all Ronin, which means they've all got their own different suit colors. They're all just like individuals. They're kind of like mercenaries fighting for free stations as opposed to being part of the main arcologies that have survived on Earth. And then big, huge thanks to Andrew Ross. I got a Canada King pledge box. So I actually have the unreleased stuff now for Song of Ice and Fire. And I painted up Brienne and Braun to take to Adepticon. And then they weren't allowed in the tournament. So unfortunately, I finished them up last night, actually did the last little couple of like layers of highlights and stuff. But haven't had a chance to actually use them in a game yet because they're not allowed so far in official Song of Ice and Fire tournaments. But it was super fun nonetheless. And I think I swapped in Braun for something else. Oh no, the Sworn Bros unit that he was in became a veterans unit instead, which was fine. So that's what I got done last 2 weeks or so. It looks like 7, 10, 12 models. Not a bad little addition for having taken like a week off basically to go to Adepticon and go to Chicago. And here's what we're working on. So Katina's working on an apple juice and a Rice Krispie square. I'm working on a whole bunch of things right now. These are some frames from Xandri 4. These gears, or mechs or whatever you want to call them. Frames, I call them frames in the game. And these are all on 3-inch bases, so 75mm bases. That's really the only thing you need for this game. So you could use any mecha miniatures you like. You could use Infinity miniatures. You could use whatever. But these guys scaled up really well as medium-sized frames against the Whisper Mechs. So for my Ronin crew, my guys who are the mercenary style guys, these were the perfect size to have be the counterparts. So these are also available in fire teams, 2-man fire teams from Xandri 4 Miniatures. All the info for all these frames is pinned in the pin post in the Gamma Wolves Facebook group. So if you want to check that out, you can see all these dudes in there. And they're all posable. So like you pin them, they've got some really nice like torso twist, arm posability, they're all in ball sockets and stuff. And all the like bits are interchangeable. So these hands are actually meant for this frame, but I swapped them out to give him like double frag cannons basically, and a rotary cannon on his shoulder. And this dude's got a rifle, and I gave him a rifle, I gave him an SMG, or it's either a rotary cannon or it's another frag thing, and a little anti-tank missile launcher on the top. And this guy's got double assault or auto cannons, and then another big rotary cannon, like little SMG thing on the top. And they're just based on 3-inch MDF, so 75mm MDF. As that's the only requirement for like picking whatever mecha you want to play with is going to be base size. So it's just a scale. So like 40mm to 50mm is lights, 75 to 100 mil is mediums, and then it's 100 to 150. No, 125 to 150 mil bases is for these guys. So it's going to work just as well for Gunpla and like toys and stuff too, if you want to play that way. Just basically, you and your group decide, do you want to do it like wargaming miniature scale, which is what I'm doing here for the book, or do you want to do it like toy and action figure scale, if you want to go with the bigger Gunpla robots and stuff like that. So I'm going to paint these 3 guys over the weekend. You can check my Facebook page to see them get done. I'm pretty stoked about that, but that's enough frames. You only need like 2 to 3. Sorry, 3 to 4, sorry. So this will give me a good selection of dudes to get back to playtesting and play some games with, maybe film some stuff for the patrons. And then I've also got my Hellboy board game I'm super stoked to paint. So I've got the man, the legend, Hellboy right here, and Abe Sapien I have to paint up. So there's Hellboy and Abe. The initial intro game is just two investigators, 2 BPRD agents, a bunch of frogmen with weapons, with like not weapons, and a giant frogman. So this is the stuff I have to initially paint up. I'm pretty jazzed about it. I love Mike Mignola's art, and I love BPRD. The board game looks rad. It's got some solo play rules as well as cooperative play rules, so it's not something that I can't film like just to check out without having to have someone here to do it with me. So I'm just gonna get the stuff painted and give it a go. I got Armadax and Mount Terra for my pterosaurs, which will round out my first 3 crews for Monster Apocalypse. I'm pretty stoked about. And yeah, give me some more dinos. And then we've got a Zulu Cobra Hacker I gotta paint up. I'm super excited about this. Owen has the models. I can't show you the models, but I have all the new models for the Vogellands campaign, which is 8 narrative scenarios for Relic Blade, which we're gonna play through. As well as all the new cards for the Lostwood Enclave, which is the cool tree dude, bear lady, elves, druids, all that stuff. And then finally, the Seed Bank Survival Garden. So having eaten enough dehydrated food in my time, so Matt Weaver showed me this when we were at Adepticon at his stall for Wreck Age, and I got such a great laugh out of it. This is the 2-player starter, which for an Apocalypse game is awesome. It comes with terrain, it comes with 2 warbands, you get stakers and drifters, so like basically raiders and homesteaders. And then I also grabbed these guys right here, which is the new 28 mil cars, because there's a car expansion for the game too, although the main game is played out of this. So lots of cool new stuff to check out, lots of stuff to work on and paint. I'll be busy. So there you go, another 12 models painted and lots of stuff to work on going forward. Kat and I are going to go get your brother. We're going to get him from daycare, right?
Yeah.
And then what are we going to do?
And we're going to go home and go to Cat's Caboose.
That's right, we're going to go to your papa's old restaurant and get some pizza.
And there's actually something really crazy about the restaurant. There's a caboose stuck on the side.
There is, because her grandfather on my wife's side decided to knock the wall down in the business park, and then he bought a caboose and like dragged it up and built it into the building in like the 70s. So this is Cat's Caboose, which is actually named after you and your grandfather. So pretty exciting, your papa. So we're gonna get some pizza and paint some more dudes. That's gonna be it. So we'll see you next week for more on the paint table. I'm not Mom.
Mom.
Who am I?
I mean Dad.
What?
Do I have a grandmother?
Yeah, you have a grandma.
Who's my grandmother?
Mom. That's your Nana. Your Nana's also your grandma. We have a Nana and a grandma and a papa and a grandpa.
My grandmother.
That's right. That's my mom. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye and go get some pizza. Thanks for watching. Next time, I'm Ash. This is Katina. Happy wargaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.